Hey everyone, Justin Crumley here with the Cujo Productions channel. Welcome to a random video on my channel. uh, so this video is going to be a little different than my normal batch of videos. I um, wanted to kind of share something that I recently got to experience, and yeah, I'd like to kind of talk about it and brag about it a little bit. So over the weekend, this past, um, I think on the July 11th, this past Saturday, um, I went to my first Comic Con. Not even kidding. Up until this point in my life, I'd never attended a Comic Con, and it kind of sucks too because I'm a huge nerd and I've always wanted to. So to finally get the chance to go to Capital City Comic Con in Lansing was a lot of fun. I do want to shout out my little cousin's girlfriend's dad, who's the one that got me and my family the tickets. I'm not gonna say his name in case he wants to remain anonymous, but you know what? Hey, if you see this video, dude, shout out to you, man. That was really awesome. I had a great time, and so did the rest of my family. So yeah, this was, like I said, this was my first time going to a Comic Con, and it was absolutely awesome. Just a very unforgettable experience. It was especially cool to get to experience not only my first Comic Con, but my nephew's first Comic Con. So it was a really meaningful experience all around, and yeah, like I said, just a very unforgettable time. I had a blast just walking around. You know, the food was a little overpriced, but it was really good. Um, Seeing everybody's like costumes and what kind of work they put into it was really cool. Seeing like comic book artists and giving like pointers to people and showing off some of their artwork. It was just awesome. And like seeing people's old collections, like samurai swords and whatnot. It was just awesome. It was a really fun time. I was happy to get to experience it. Um, but the highlight and easily the best part, and I'll get to some more stuff I bought, but I wanted to actually get to the best thing first. So this right here is a picture of Frieza and Genkai from Yu Yu Hakusho. Um, I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there it says "To the Dimwit." Yeah, I got Linda Jones' autograph. Right here it says Master Genkai. I'm trying my best not to bend this. And right here it says OG Frieza. So yeah, I gotta get a frame for this. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna put this here gently. Just I'm trying my best not to damage it, but yes, I got to meet Linda Jones. She was there signing autographs and taking pictures. I was lucky enough to be one of the first people to see her, so I got to take my pick as to what kind of artwork I wanted her to sign. She was absolutely awesome. I can't stress this enough. She was very approachable. She was very nice. I got to tell her about, like what a huge fan I was of Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm a huge Yu Yu Hakusho fan. I actually own the entire series on Blu-ray, and if you guys want, I'll do a review of the show. Like I'll give you my thoughts on the show, but I don't know how interesting it would be because spoiler alert, I fucking love the show. But anyway, getting to meet the voice actress who did the voice of Genkai, one of my favorite characters behind Kurama and Hiei. I think Hiei is easily my favorite character, then Kurama, then Genkai. Genkai is just hilarious. I got to tell her what a big fan of the character my grandmother is. Yes, I have shown my grandmother Yu Yu Hakusho, and she loves the show. Specifically, she is a big fan of Genkai. I think it's because she can relate to her, being that she's an old woman. So you know. Anyway, I also got to show her some artwork. I'm gonna actually, instead of showing you guys a high def picture, I'll save myself the time and just show you guys. I have a dog named Adele who is like really, she's like 13 years old. She's gonna be 14. So she's really old and she's kind of crabby. So I've always kind of joked and said like she's got Genkai energy. You know, she's just very crabby. I got two younger dogs that I could easily see her talking to, like just saying like "You dimwits, get out of my face," you know, because they're still young, so they, you know, of course. But right here, this is I don't know if you guys can see it very well. Yep, she's a puggle. Her name is Adele, and I named this piece of art Genkai Dell. But I got to show her that, and she loved it. She thought it was awesome. She thought it was awesome that I showed my grandmother the show, and she just genuinely felt like somebody that enjoyed like doing what she did and being there to say hello to the fans and getting to know people, maybe getting to know a little bit of some of the fans. Like I said, she just felt like a very warm and welcoming person, and I loved it. I loved now when I watch episodes and I hear Genkai's voice, I get especially happy because I go, wow, I met that woman. But besides that, I also got to see a lot of cool stuff. There was some really cool artwork. There was also some really cool like movie props, movie stuff. I had my brother-in-law take pictures of me standing next to Michael Myers, the Ghostface killer from the Scream movies, as well as I also got a picture of the thing, the head, little spider head monster prop, like a. It wasn't an actual. I don't know if it was like an actual prop from the film itself. I venture to. I seriously doubt it. I think it was just like a replica or some PVC statue. Um, but nonetheless, it looked awesome, and I took a picture of it. I'll put it up in the video as I'm talking. You guys will just hear my voice, see the picture, but yeah, it was just awesome. There was like some like it was like it wasn't like carbonated, but it was like this pop, the soda. If you know, from if you're from a different part of the country, here in Michigan we call it pop, but it was in like barrels, and it felt like getting like something like a beer out of a barrel. My brother-in-law bought a mug and got a couple of different pops, and we all kind of took, we all took drinks from it. Super strong, super syrupy. You can definitely taste the difference between like a carbonated pop and like the stuff they were using here, but I really loved it. It made the experience all the more enjoyable. It really reminded me a lot of like the Renaissance Festival, only with air conditioning, so that was awesome. Uh, but yeah, I had a great time. It's definitely something I want to do going forward. Um, I also got to pick up some comic books too and add to my collection, so that's always fun. I feel like if you go to Comic Con, you should buy a comic book or two, even if it's just like a cheap little $1, which is what I got. I bought like a bunch of cheap little. I bought like three $1 comic books, and I bought one of I think it's the Army of Darkness, 1979, and it's like an homage to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like a fifth print variant cover, but it was like $5, and funny little story. The guy I bought it from, he told me a story about how he used to love collecting stuff, and now he just gets a joy out of like selling it back to people and seeing the look on their faces when they go, "Oh man, this is gonna be so awesome in my collection, yeah," and like the joy he gets. So when I bought that comic book, I just sat there and I'm like, you know what? I did the right thing, man. When an old man tells you, well, he wasn't old, he was like middle aged. When a middle aged man tells you a little bit of his life story and how much joy he gets out of selling something, you respect that man by buying something from his collection and respecting it by adding it to yours. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll be doing the same thing. Maybe I'll have a little area at a Comic Con and I'll be selling some of my collectibles, some of my Funko Pops, some of my comic books. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I could easily move if I ever get in a really bad pinch for money. So yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, it was just a lot of fun. I had a great time, and to experience all of that with my family, my little cousin, my nephew, especially my nephew. I mean, it was my first Comic Con. It was also his. Now, he's one, so he isn't going to remember anything, but my sister, her husband, and I, we made sure and took plenty of pictures to make sure we could tell him, like, yeah, he went, and it was just really special. Like I said, to experience all that with family, and it was my first time. I know I keep saying that, but it's just genuinely, it was just awesome. I had a blast. I look forward to doing more, like going to more Comic Cons for years to come. They're definitely a lot of fun. And if you haven't ever been to a Comic Con, I definitely recommend going. Even if you're not like a comic book nerd, there's plenty of stuff to do. There's like horror movie stuff. There's just movie stuff in general, science fiction. There's like wrestling stuff, which I'm a wrestling fan, so that's a lot of fun. There's stuff outside of like just comic book stuff. Comic Con's it's kind of like a universal thing. There's like all kinds of stuff with it, so it's really fun. I definitely do recommend it if you haven't been. All right, guys, that's all I really have for you today. Actually, I do want to give a mention. I filmed a review for Supergirl, and I had it like all set to edit up and just get ready to load, but I'm lazy. I'm not gonna make any excuses. I'm lazy. I never got around to it, so I am gonna eventually upload my review of Supergirl. I'll just make sure and put like a little intro in there saying, "Hey guys, this video is a little outdated." But I kind of summed up, I talk about Supergirl a lot, but I also summed up a little bit of what I thought of like Backrooms, Obsession, and I think I get a little bit into like Mortal Kombat 2. I kind of did a little bit of a free for all. I wanted to like sum up a little bit of some of the movies I had seen recently, rather than do like individual videos on all of them. Plus, Obsession, Backrooms, and Mortal Kombat 2 have just been out for a couple months. I think Obsession's out on streaming now at this point, so it wouldn't really make a lot of sense for me to do a review of it. Not in the sense of like you should go see this in the movie theater, sure, but so yeah, I will get that uploaded. I think I'm just gonna upload it because fuck it, why not? I gave it a review, as well as Obsession, Backrooms, Mortal Kombat 2, yada yada, that kind of stuff. Alright guys, be sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. For any future content from me, Justin Crumley. And on that note, this is Cujo Productions saying, stay awesome.